why it took so long.
But I gotta commend you for being that bridge. Even though like
I got
in
a
those
lot of
situations it was a lot of, okay, all right, this ain't, we rocking over it. But then turning it around and be like, look,
right.
I can't, nah. If I'm in the middle,
100%.
then I gotta go like
100%. And it felt incredible to do that. And I got a lot of, I remember Flex hitting me. I remember Angie Martinez reaching out to me. I had so many people reach out to me at that time. It was like, yo, like, I'm proud of you. Like, that was a big moment for the culture when we did that on the radio. You know what I mean? Just to mend that.
Was
that's
that
movie
a power
worthy.
surge for you?
Huh?
Was that a power surge? Did that kind of flex your power, and did that put you on a different stature because you was able to do that?
I've had so many moments that have put me on different statures. So absolutely, because then it was, again, something that I accomplished that who would have ever thunk? Like, literally, I'm on the radio with fucking Jeezy and Gucci mending their situation. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like, and man, every club in the city was playing Icy that night. Like,
bad.
Just
and that song was, damn, you
like,
know that.
That's crazy.
That song was
like niggas was celebrating all over the city. Now you
would have
could
got a club
you
shot
could play
up back.
yeah.
That whole situation was getting bad.
It was bad,
Like
bro.
it looked like any minute one of
bad.
them was gonna be on some Pac and Biggie
But,
shit.
bad.
Like,
but do you
was
understand,
terrible.
like, there's so many other situations that should have been guided that way, and unfortunately it wasn't. And we either lost somebody or we lost two people. So for you to be that guy that's like, that night in Atlanta had to be incredible.
It was.
What made you think to do that even? We've had people sit in that chair and tell us, you know, that's not, it wasn't for me
Yeah,
to
because your name is DJ
put
Drama,
that
not
together.
DJ World Peace.
Right.
But you was DJ World Peace for a night.
Some dudes will tell you straight up, like, I'm not getting in between these two, this grown-ass men,
Word.
they gotta handle their shit.
Yeah, let them figure it out.
What inspired you to decide, okay.
I mean, because my relationship with Coach and Gucci was so strong. Like, you know, I had literally went on a hell of a run with Gucci, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, me and Jeezy had, like, I wouldn't be here if, you know, we hadn't done what we did at the time. And it didn't feel right. Like, it didn't feel complete if it wasn't the trifecta, you know? And like, me and Coach were having convos about it, and it just was like, you know, if we're gonna do it, like, let's do it.
Nobody
you know
would have
what I'm saying?
blamed you if you'd have stuck with Guap and just kept going. You had already had the fallout. Nobody would have been mad at you if you stayed.
But I think it would have destroyed
Who
the city.
gave the
hear
most resistance?
Yeah, I want to hear that answer.
What you mean? Between?
As far as like mending it, who was the person that was like, I don't know, man.
Fuck that.
I don't know, fuck that shit.
I wouldn't say, I mean, they both have resistance.
Right.
And honestly, you know, it didn't stay that way for long. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it went, you know, it didn't last all the way up to the verses.
But
like,
it was nice.
it was a, you know,
It was a run.
Yeah, it was a
The
run.
city was tense.
Yeah, it was tense, and then
Yo.
you know, it definitely got less tense and took the tension off, and you know, they kind of went back to, you know, not fucking with each other, but I still think at least it was civil in a sense.
What was the
I mean?
approach? What was the approach to get them to agree that this is bad for everybody? What did you approach them with to say, hey, this is why you should stop this?
I mean, honestly, I can't take all the credit for it. Like, it was, you know, it was a situation where there was a lot of people on both sides, like, saying this is, you know, shit's getting out of hand. Like, it just started to affect so many people. Like, you know, like, niggas who were security for both parties were literally homeboys, and, you know, now they got fallouts, or, you know what I mean? Like, like, it literally trickled down to, like, kids in middle school, you know what I'm saying?
Those are
kids
two really big ecosystems.
What
Yeah,
happened to
huge
those kids
ecosystems.
in middle school? What was?
It was just tensions because somebody's parent worked on CTE side and somebody's parent was on 1017 side, and it just, you know, when it gets to that level, it's just like, yo, like, and like I said, it was really affecting the city because they're both such important and powerful, like, staples of Atlanta, of trap music, of hip hop, of culture, and again, like, nobody wanted to see it turn into a Pac and Big situation, you know what I'm saying?
But it was heading in that direction.
Yeah, like, you know, it was a lot of shit that went down in the streets, you know, because of that. So, you know, just, you know, thankfully, you know, they're businessmen at the end of the day, you know what I mean? And they, you know, both parties were millionaires, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, they also, like, provide and you know, have people's livelihoods that they take care of. So, you know, they were men enough to put their differences aside and, you know, put their egos to the side and, you know, put a lot of shit to the side, you know, to make that decision to do that. You know, and I'm sure it wasn't, you know,
it wasn't
easy, you know, and obviously, like, it took some real time for it to get to the point. I mean, you know, just recently we all went on tour together. You know, we did the Legends of the Streets tour, and it was me, Jeezy, Gucci, Ross, 2 Chainz, you know, so
How'd that
even for that
happen?
to
Because
happen.
Jeezy and Ross got into it.
Yeah, I mean, they
They
mended
squashed
it. Yeah,
it.
they
Squashed it.
you know,
Okay.
yeah, they've been
They
squashed.
squashed it.
They super homies now, so.
But even with the Pookie Lope shots,
Yeah.
I'm noticing now, like, Gucci just released a song, "We Need to Stop Dissing the Dead," and he's kind of admitting that I put that vibe out there.
Yeah.
And I needed to stop. How do you feel about that?
I mean, you know, if you look at hip hop and you look at the cycle of hip hop, like, who would have ever thought Ice Cube would be doing children's movies? You know what I'm saying? This is
Fair point.
the nigga we love to hate. You know what I mean? Like, so who would have thought Tip would turn into fucking Huck or a fucking
family man.
Huxtable?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so I won't be surprised one day if 21 Savage has a fucking cooking show on television. You know what I mean? So with that, or, you know, Jeezy getting into politics, or, you know, real estate, or Gucci being an incredible family man who loves his wife and shows her off, and, you know what I'm saying? And
That's now.
yeah, so I'm just saying,
Evolution.
like, it's the evolution.
Right.
It's the evolution of the game. Like, we've seen it before in past. So what one feels and thinks at 25 is not what one feels and thinks and acts on when niggas in their 40s. Like,
It's Hoffa. Trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work you heard. Making fiends leave earth you heard. Got your baby mama thirst you heard. Feel the